Before I tell you this story, I need to warn you about something. If you ever hear someone knocking on your window late at night, do not look outside. Because sometimes, what's out there might already be watching you. This happened to me about 3 years ago, and to this day, I'd still check my windows every single night before going to sleep. It was around 1:30 a.m. when I woke up suddenly. At first, I thought it was just a dream, but then I heard it again. Tap, tap, tap. A slow tapping sound coming from my bedroom window. I sat up in bed and listened carefully. The tapping stopped. The room was completely silent. I looked at my phone to check the time. 1:31 a.m. I tried to ignore it and lay back down, but after a few seconds, the tapping started again. Tap, tap, tap. This time, it was louder, like someone was gently knocking on the glass. My heart started beating faster, because my bedroom window was on the second floor. No one should have been able to reach it. I slowly got out of bed and walked toward the window. The curtains were closed, and the tapping had stopped again. I stood there for a moment, trying to listen. Nothing. Just silence. I told myself it was probably a tree branch hitting the window. But something didn't feel right, because there were no trees near that side of the house. Still, I reached for the curtain and slowly pulled it aside. The street outside was empty. The moonlight lit up the yard. Everything looked normal. I sighed in relief. Maybe it really was just the wind. But as I was about to close the curtain again, I noticed something strange near the fence. A shape, standing completely still. At first, I thought it was just a shadow, but then it moved. The figure stepped forward into the moonlight, and that's when I realized it was a person. A tall man, standing in my backyard, just staring at my window. I froze. We were both completely still. Then suddenly, he smiled. Not a normal smile. It was wide. Too wide, like something pretending to be human. My heart started racing. I stepped away from the window, quickly. My first instinct was to call the police. But before I could grab my phone, I heard the tapping again. Tap, tap. 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 It was coming from the wall, right beside the window. I slowly turned my head toward the sound, and that's when I realized something terrifying. The tapping wasn't outside anymore. It was inside the house, moving slowly through the wall, like something was crawling inside it. Tap, tap, tap. The sound moved closer. Closer to my bedroom door. I backed away slowly. My hands were shaking, because whatever had been in the backyard was now inside the house. Then the tapping stopped. The house went completely silent. I stood there, barely breathing, and then I heard footsteps in the hallway. Slow, heavy, walking toward my door. Step, 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 step. My bedroom door slowly began to move. The handle turned slightly, like someone was trying to open it. I didn't move. I couldn't move. I couldn't move. The door creaked open a few inches, and through the gap, I saw a face. The same man from the backyard, still smiling, but now his eyes looked different. Completely black, like there was nothing inside them. He didn't say a word. He just stared at me. For what felt like forever, suddenly, the hallway lights turned on, and the man disappeared. The door slammed shut. When the police arrived later that night, they searched the entire house, but they didn't find no footprints, no broken windows, nothing. They told me it was probably stress or a nightmare, but I know what I saw. And sometimes late at night. So if you ever hear tapping on your window late at night, don't open the curtain. And whatever you do, don't let it inside. I still hear tapping coming from the walls.